Today na the 26th day of July 2022. We went for Canlin at table the suspicious 40 feet container na salon. Since Saturday, we don't give you different updates as we get them in regards to the container. And as to today, how this container will become for no bottom. Till to today, where Salon police say they don't finally empty the container. They don't finally empty it. And they don't find anything of a bomb, ammunition, cocaine. You name all the things that they pass. Say they inside this container. Then say they don't find out nothing. But how this container become a container of interest? How? How we can turn that container for all the thousands of containers they already go saloon. This particular one, what make them a container of interest? How Salon police come involved with this container? As far as we concerned, with the container, the particular container where Salon police open to the media, we saw on camera be did 2 days then they use. No worry, we were there. We decompose everything right now. Tomorrow, we upload all thing from start to finish. And you see how Salon police with the military, how they open the container, how they pass one to another, till reach. But this one where they open, according to the journalists that we've been there, a chicken, gizzard, and be the inside it. So you go one for one that say, how much chicken container there? They know they import na salon. Then they import state and they import follow-all. So with all the follow-ways, what then they import? The gizzard, the wings, the legs, every part of the chicken. The head, the foot. Why make now this one? Now it be of interest to Salon police. Fumble them. Not they waste them today. Let we go AYV. Let we start this container issue. Usai, it all started. The one them will say, then a whistleblower. The one they will say, this container is suspicious to them. Let we hear it for ourselves. As AYV been did that time where the brouhaha start for this container.
Thank you. We sit on off the lane, and the camp for Catsonia, this particular artist, so there. When we the camp for Catsonia, we see this container in the camp. And mind you, one thing we get tradition at this community. For any container where you go offload any side, you must get the youth man and the community or the follow up, like forget church, forget a living. So, but when the youth man and camp, they work at church. We get, I am an officer, we say, in a, I don't call it lieutenant, in a private lieutenant, you come because you can't peacefully they threat to we. They say, man, nobody not come inside. No, say, but I'm not going to come inside. We don't want to offload. We don't know what we do for offload. So they threat to we and then get we because they get peaceful. But over Kuno Electro, now we go to the community center. Me, I want me friend on the side. They call that Tule. We go to the community center. Over Kubigara, we want to people who want for work. They still up before we. Now so no come. Yeah, the bulldoze. When we come back, we come bulldoze. Like for go inside. Can you imagine like me? We all want to know because we all money. We come back. They say nobody get touch here. Now everybody else is alive. This container was suspect. And indeed, our suspects are on a kind of different nationality. I see them with their passport and they told in their mandate. Different nationality. Ghanaian, Kenyan, Nigeria. It's not Sierra Leone, no. But we get to Sierra Leone when they get pissed from State House and come on. What's the kind of container like this one? Where is Mochka? The private bank gets about them go put SLP 3 SLP 3. So if you had the interview on one know, as far as we know.
So what's not the present situation, presently?
Well, the present situation in the man they say that they got a container that I don't call this chicken out so they can put the coffee bar. The gizzard, they full up inside this container. The man they say not trying to track the container. From this 2 o'clock, they say they can't go to Wellington, so they're not trying to track it. But finally, one always alarm will call police. They don't see them container here. So they don't get time. So the young man who asks when a foreign nationalities them, what's what I can do for people in foreign container? They say them call them for councils. If anybody, I don't know if you're there, they can go on, whether if you're unconscious. They don't beat them for talking to no more. We don't bell for more we own. They don't agree for talk, sir. They say that talk to the council. But you've got to come on Ghana for council here. What they have, we don't get for talk.
That's it again.
Well, I seen me for myself, look at the talk. I got it for you, they say, Liverpool can say, they say, they don't give policeman or soldier man because you guys said that it's also soldier man and policeman.
All right. Within our client town right now, we civil society, journalists, because we get information about something where they go on our client town, then we come. We want to get access, but they forgive that we write to information. And no information has been given to us. Okay. But we just wanted to give you information of what happened. We don't see one man don't go, so like that for now. That's the situation we did at this particular place. Okay. Also, we have a group of journalists as well as civil society at this particular place. All the way to one to the play we roll, they need to talk to me. We are all Sierra Leoneans. If we get information, we come, there's a responsibility for talk to we make we know what happened. We don't count the try for get in touch with the police and security officers at the client town side, but they don't even tell me anything. But so far so good, something is happening. They don't give wrong information. But we look forward to them and what they will tell me. Because we are all Sierra Leoneans and if something happens and we concerned. So in that respect, we get a client town, we try to talk to them. Yeah? We get client town at the moment. We get an intelligence and we don't kind of client town for can find out which they really go on. We see arrest. We see suspected and Nigerian which they really go on. We see arrest.
Yes, we get intelligence. We don't come na client town for can find out waiting they go on. Did you listen? If you listen, waiting you make up of outside the allegation first start. Eh? Now the allegation first start. You listen the your man? Where were the red? We explain say. He explains say. Now them for offload this container. But because they refuse for make them offload the container, then come back, then bulldoze. Then bulldoze, but then still say they no go offload the container. He say, na him talk say, well this, they suspect the container. Did you hear that? Okay. collect for Kanaya. Now like jury duty now they do. Kaya. All what you be doing a force. A big true. Let's bring the evidence first in front of you where we get now. Then later now, you can grab what you don't get before. And one for agree or disagree. He say, them bulldoze by force therefore hire them for offload the container. He say because na tradition. Na that area dey. Say where container come, na them supposed for offloader. He makes some allegations. One, for say, na SLP and SLP na Sierra Leone police. He say like simplate na him be there by the trailer we carry the container. I know say AYV show we SLP 304, but they not sure we find if na the SLP, if na the police pick up we been there now, or na the trailer self na get that SLP 304 license plate. They not show we dandy. And as at now, Salon Police, all the press release them, not suggest anything like say the container for the trailer we carry the container gets that kind of license plate today. But the young man talk say them put SLP license plate. And one allegation. Two, he said and get private lieutenant, where salon they call lieutenant. He say you all gone. When he say private, that means say the person no wear uniform. The person no wear uniform. Then he all gone. We get the one in the down salon. We look to say the one where they guide president, or the one where they near president. We get plainclothes people and now where the guide container we all gone. He make that allegation dey. So now about this container now we turn to suspicious 40 feet container. Now they start. Say by force, now then for offload. Then claim say, then allege say, the one them will be go offload the container, now foreigners them. Now so they allege. Yeah? Then say, the man then say them be done the track the container. And say what's in a gizzard the inside it. Then from the, they know, Salon Police not take custody of the container yet so. They not take custody of the container yet. Let me go, Kaya. We say for no they jump up. We can want forget that all thing first. Let we know. According to the accordance. According to the accordance, then we show you the evidence. Now they do so they like it today. Yeah? They not agree. So we bulldoze. When they not agree back, we call police. We say we suspect the container. We say, because they not agree now, say we suspect the container. Salon Police come inside. They suspect container. Okay. Well, let's get the container go outside. King Tom. Well, before we come back to Salon Police, we need for bring Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya. We say Now then we don't they investigate this particular container. You dey carry area from Ibrahim. In Chidoyeri from the people them. The first evidence I play you don't hear from them. The guy with the red say in the turn in motoka. Now he see. Now he self say like come. Now they for empty container. So when they not agree, and they say they suspect the container, then call police. Later on, we see Marcus camp at the video when himself say, well, they don't want to make anything, but civil society, they want to know what's in the inside because they don't hear say because what begin go around. So now I'm saying ammunition, now drugs, all the man they talking on a bomb. So now so they self take, I don't know, no, I'm not talk for the say now so they take inside. But according to her, he said he say something they gonna Klein Town. So I don't know if any Klein Town is there or maybe now they can't see and they can interest them. It all reach the. He said they want to get access, they don't agree for let them get access. Understand all team for sure. Yeah? But anyway, let me come with Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya. As he be then AYV, they try to explain about this container. Let me listen to his own explanation. Yeah? Ibrahim Sori, let me hear you. About this.
It's a strange thing to us.
Do you know the owner of this container or what the suspicion? How did you come to know about this container?
Okay, this is another concern. Why are the authorities at the material time failed to tell us the owner of the container? I mean, to say this container belongs to Lambrianaba, it's a simple thing. You don't need to keep the ownership of the container. No, tell us. They refused not to tell us, and that is a concern. Tell us that this container belongs to a businessman, but we are going to investigate. When once the container is being opened, you people will see all of that. Okay, we don't want to see now the content of the container at the material time because it was virtually impossible for us to see. But just tell us who is the owner of the container. Let us just know. They did not tell us. They were saying, other guys around, we are saying he's a big businessman, politicians, they were just calling. But we wanted to know the owner of the container.
What's your suspicion, according to your own source, of what is in that container?
Now, it will be of virtually unprofessional for me to tell you the exact content of it. But what I'm telling you, we suspected unlawful items in that container, debarred by laws in Sierra Leone. So we wanted at the material time to know. In fact, yesterday when we went there, they could not allow us, they could not give us the success the access to see exactly what is being transpired at the key when we are there. They told us, you guys are not qualified to be here, but other people, just ordinary people, were allowed access to go around the perimeter of the container. And there and then, they said they are going to open the containers, but we should not witness. My God. You are not allowing civil societies, journalists to witness the opening of a container that is being alleged. They said, we will not be there. Okay. We got intelligence that last night, they were planning to bring this, our local pampa. And if you see the location where the container is being placed, it's not too far from the sea. So we got the intelligence. We woke up 1 in the morning. We'll be there till 3 in the morning. The security presence there, they could not even allow us again. It's like we are like 500 meters away from the container. So what we did, I advised my guys that now, let us come to Government WAF. We can have a view there to see what is actually happening. My brother, even, I think they got intelligence that we are on our way going to Government WAF. Even when we made the attempt to go to Government WAF, when we went there, the security presence we made there, They could not allow us to, just government to have, ordinary government to have. They could not allow us. Because they knew yesterday we were going to stand there to see exactly what is going on. And we got intelligence that they are preparing this pamper to actually take the content of the container and refill the container with another content.
In all of this, who have you been engaging, say, from the security sector? As a civil society organization, one could imagine perhaps, you know, you'll have the leadership of the police to engage and dialogue on this issue. Have you been engaging the leadership?
Yes, we tried communicating with the police authorities. They actually ignored our communications. Even when we requested for responses from them, they could not. We also tried to engage the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Okay? They could not respond to us. I also texted the ADC, Sylvester Kouma, that I want to have his own parts of it. Yesterday, at 9 in the morning, when I texted him, he was willing to give his own part of this issue. Not until this morning. His replied to my text message is he took my article that I wrote and he sent it to me. All the other authorities who were willing to speak with us, as of this morning, they said they have nothing to say to us. Why? We don't know. Maybe something might have done last night as we are actually suspecting. So now they are not willing to talk to us. But as of yesterday, they were willing to speak with us. As of this morning, it is an absolutely no. Now they are unreachable.
Sorry, this brings in my question. With all the controversies surrounding this suspicious container, allegation of bringing in arms and ammunition, bringing in drugs, you know, when we're easing towards the election in 2023, should we be worried?
Yes, we should be worried. In fact, even our suspicion about the container is not only limited to the alleged drugs, money. It goes beyond to even suspecting maybe these military things or whatever. These are just our suspicion anyway. So what we are saying, it goes to the security of the state. It goes to the credibility and affordability of our currency. And it goes to the mental aspects of our nation and even the very credibility of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Assuming where the container is actually being prepared. The container was prepared in Brazil. We will tell you all, the container came to Morocco, but this container, it was not only Brazil. This container left at the material time. The initial and the first contact of this container when we investigated, it came from Mexico. And we all know Mexico is a dangerous country. We have our own investigations we are doing. Secondly, transited to Brazil, and Brazil is being named as another dangerous country when it comes to drugs dealing. And Morocco quite recently, if you investigate also, they caught multiple containers of drugs, both Morocco and Egypt. So these are all our concerns, that because this container went through countries that are actually being described as drugs exposed and prohibited countries, then therefore we are worried. Mm-hmm. Secondly, we are approaching elections. You know what these drugs can do to our youths and even higher authorities, we all know. Secondly, you know when it comes to elections, you must be concerned about all and everything that is actually coming into the country. So if there are suspicions what we expected the authorities to have done at the material time was to have brought heavy security presence with the journalists, with the civil societies. These things are spontaneous. These are things that you don't just, let's wait for 2 days or 3 days. Because within that period, something could have been done, which you and I will not be able to aware. So we have the authorities, and Sierra Leone is a sovereign state. You can even give an order for the police to be there, the owner of the container to be there, instantly with civil societies and journalists. You open and we see.
Sorry, with all these big names being mentioned, should Sierra Leoneans actually trust the security personnel to carry on with this investigation?
Well, to some extent, you will trust the security in the nation. To some extent, you will be worried about the securities in this nation. I know my reason why I'm telling you this. Assuming our investigations are actually connected to several authorities, the 2 ADCs to the president, and the station manager at the crime officer at Kisi, other politicians. Okay, so we are worried. Okay. And as recently as we are speaking, I'm telling you, our investigation has also been connected to the very security institution, the head of the disaster management in Sierra Leone, I'm telling you, and the Minister of Mines. These are what we are actually investigating. These are some of the names that are actually coming in. And we are going to do some things that people will see with evidence.
Okay, we're looking forward to that because those are very serious allegations mentioning certain individuals. Hopefully, you have evidence to those allegations. And like I mentioned earlier, we invited the police to be part of this discussion as well as the Ministry of Internal Affairs, but unfortunately, we couldn't have them. So hopefully, we'll have someone from government to react to some of these allegations. The Ministry of Internal Affairs, but unfortunately, we couldn't have them. So
Okay. Yeah. Atsaya. Ibrahim Sori Dumbuya. You don't call him the mo. Yeah. Yeah, the name the way you call. The 2 ADC there to the president, the crime officer Nakisi, the head of disaster management, the minister of mines. Yeah. The first question where I ask her, say, how una come and know about this container? And not answer that question. The first question, you know, answer. If I don't other side. Because if them be don't know about this container, before that first clip where I play you, why make them not been dead? They not been dead. Instead of investigation, or because then they afraid, because of them names way he don't call, allegedly. And I see Alusan Bereti, they say, oh, now not go wait for the investigation. Alusan, you don't dare small. For make you know say, anything we will lay na table. Anything we will lay na table. No say, time don't reach for put on day. You for don't know now. You for don't know. Okay? If it be say, then be done they study this container. Now the first for don't raise that alarm. Who side that container go? On after that, just like severe blinding, When after that, himself say he don't put on in investigative journalism cap. Now that ended the why self come for say okay, well let self can investigate the container, or somebody be don't catch them. Say them people here, they try for out bad thing at the country. But in all of this, because right now some people they say the container in question not to even go open. And so some people they say. Some people they say waiting them people here they talk small to go one day, but because of that, now they out seen with this other chicken container for just mix up all thing and everything get away. And so some people they say. Yeah? From the first people away raise alarm, they say this why we talk. We become suspicious. Suspicious. And if Salon police, hi, you self, then they suspect you by this issue. There you go, you keep container 2 days before you open her. We get some areas that we clear. We get some areas them we blurry. But I want to let you know for say, when they be open this container, the owner of the container been Diddy. This one. And he is a businessman. He refused to engage the media. You know what? Nothing for do with the media. And they don't open the container. They don't lock the container back. Until the NRA, na can give police container. Police don't give NRA container back. Investigation, no investigation. Salon police say they don't empty the container. When you hear Ibrahim Sori be the talk say yesterday, wale you know say this interview place on AYV na been on Monday. So he was referring to over the weekend between Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. Okay? Even come and say investigative journalism, not the talk outside and get the information. Because if they do that, well, any investigation then go and do something that possibly give the information, they're not able to forget her. Outside you get this information about the container. We get this information from a reliable source. One part we contact them way before the container can saloon. Or we get this information from a reliable source where they protect. And we get them after that incident way up in a client town. But to sound I get this information, you brush off that answer there. That's vital. I like you not talk, but you need to answer the question. You need to answer. Now so me think oh. So that Sunday we go no say you be don't know before this container reach client town. Before them people then claim say now because them bulldoze now he make. This is just my own opinion on this. You self get right to your own. Yeah? I tell you now like a jury. Yeah? And they say waiting and they allege about the container wrong? No. Salon police to open. Now gizzard they meet inside it. Just like waiting and tell the first people them. 9 dem meet today. But Dr. Sylvia Blyden now one for agree. He say in go get for show them who side dem can keep cocaine pan container. Okay. When Dr. Sylvia Blyden be get issue with the mayor, Ivan Akisoya, when Parliament invites the mayor not reach Parliament yet. Dr. Sylvia Blyden don't issue all waiting he wants Parliament for be concerned about for question the mayor. When he comes to this container, he put on an investigative cap and gown. Take to the point where he know say Salon police they can open the container. In occur with nothing for say Salon police when they open this container. I want una for look A, B, C, D because waiting do now they can keep drugs them inside container. And not talk am. When Salon police done, Salon police don't hand over container. Then Dr. Sylvia Blyden say, well, una wait. La can show una who sign and they keep drugs in container. Why you not be done do am prior to when then they open the container? So that time they will all now go sit down, they wait for Salon police. For that diagram where Dr. Sylvia Blyden don't share to we now, we all go to wait now for see if Salon police go on the inside and the way you see. Eh? Why you not be done do am before? You do am when na be the mayor for go Parliament. But this time around, you wait till when they not hand over the container where they don't done. Though you say now you can't tell we who side they can keep. Auntie Sylvia, doctor, order of the Rokel. If I be fine, no, make you be say you don't talk and force. So that we all go see if Salon police be hear you. Eh? Mohamed Patebari say he do am before they open the container. That diagram will show today where they done. No, sir. Now after they done, I count the diagram. After they done, I count her. Not so before they open the container. In self, you get a lot of pictures where they see awareness times when in journalists and be did. And most of the pictures where they see ya, now we self young camera take them. Because we self we been did it. I tell you say from start to finish we were there. We upload that entire video day. The police then take break pass almost 10 force. 40 feet container and enable done yesterday. Then have not today na then done. Eh? I tell you see, we don't guy for Salon police. You know no? But I would tell them for get Twitter accounts. And they don't get her. Eh? They don't get her. So this now waiting and tell we. After the suspicious 40 feet container, we don't open them. And we don't completely offload them. Eh? We don't open them and we don't completely offload them. we not find any trace of one arms and ammunition. We don't find nothing when a contraband goods. We don't find anything of security concern or we get security interest. We do this in the full view of the media, civil society, Inspector General of Police, and other interested party them. When them be they ask Ibrahim sorry, he say them believe say unlawful items they inside the container. Then the journalists push and small. Now ain't call certain things then. Before now, Ibrahim Sori say, yes, we suspect drugs, money, and other military things them. Easy say, so who that gets this container, ba? My dear, the person be dead. The person who gets the container was there when they opened this particular one. The person be dead. And the person was not happy. He don't want the media attention. He was mad. This one or this container, how they talk about to this one. And no, now the one where Ibrahim Sori they talk, if not in this. But this particular one, the person we get them was there. This gizzard container. Even before police open the container, then try to make the journalists they know say he was there. And he don't want the attention. He don't want her. But he did it when they open the container. I just hope say the chicken they not well. The gizzard they not well. I just hope so. And I just hope say the suspicious container where Ibrahim Sori then they talk. Nine this. Let me say there is a mix up. John says why the businessman for vex? John. If na you go gladdy, you carry business go. And then say na the rocks na in the inside. Then with all the media attention we get. So I guess you don't want them. So now making up being gladdy. But the businessman been diddy. And police before they open, then say yes, he been diddy. The container don't open. Police don't tell we say. They don't find nothing there of interest. Dr. Sylvia Blyden give you a diagram where he say now inside it then they hide drugs. Also, we saw everyone camera catch that one they win a padlock. Padlock. Na indeed. You don't ship container go salon. You know say it get seal. Unless if done the key. Because then you open them. When you they go na the ports, you dey go with padlock. You dey go with padlock because when them break the seal, you get for fix padlock for lock your container. If you don't ship container, you go understand that one day. Eh? Khalil Daklala say, okay, why first they not be sabi the owner? Police not tell we say they not sabi the owner. Oh. Now the people them we claim say them bulldozer they say they not sabi the owner. No, then say first somebody come we say na ina the owner. Eh? Honeybee, thank you for the stars. Francis, thank you for the stars, Mbuma. Eh? I know say this particular container, it's a controversial one. It was a controversial one. Usmani Kamara, yes, it's a refrigerator, the reefer container. But me, I try for I know they try for play with what me sabi. Yeah? Like I said. Eh? The container where then they allege say, I don't know if they're in this. But the one where they open, who say with camera, they all be there in the full view. Eh? Okay. When you go to the ports, where you go for go open your container, you go padlock. Because then they scan them, but they still open them. Then they break the seal, then they open them. Well, at that time, then custom officer then, oh, don't ship, you know. Now that thing then they take thing there inside your container. Then lose item there. The NRA people then, where you see them car. When me, I like na bicycle like this, now I want for me picking. But give me this for me picking. But there you go, give me this. Then lose item then. But things that we seal, and now they don't get for go to the extent for begin open barrel, open other thing there. Eh? They open things then. They don't get scanner na the pot. They do. They get scanner na the pot. And this container went through the scanning process. Again, outside this thing starts. Outside this start. Eh? Now then when they will say, then for totes. They not give for let them totes. Now then bulldoze, then say, well, this container then suspect her. Because a foreigner then they come. Now they start. Take to also so now with this same container. Eh? So, a lot of people they say, but who is then there for hide the drugs inside container? Ataya. Okay, who do I hear? When I go show you how. As far as Salon police concerned, then they empty the container. They don't tell you say they don't done. Eh? So then they open container. So for us to see the padlock by the container, think is yes, then they open a key. If they come with a seal, then they break and they open her. I say now then they go to the extent, then they open barrels. Then they open boxes. Say few, they want for check what's in the inside it. They do it. And at that time, then they beg you, if you're a personal item. I don't ship many times. You don't ship. You sabi what they talk about. The NRA people the way they come. Because now then they can't watch and they say, and then they value what you get inside container. But most of these business people, then you don't build a click na the port. Eh? A click, then you don't build na the port. But for me, the container come off first inside the key. Come na do. In order for Canada with a seal. Unless if na government zone. Unless if na government zone. Eh? Then something they knock you open. Me I not sabi dandy. But me for the one way me they go with, they opener. I put padlock there now before they come on and do it. Now so they work. Okay. So how they now? Salon police door open and done. And they don't tell we say nothing of security concern as alleged, not the inside. Eh? Nothing. Not the inside. Okay? But again, Ibrahim Soyi make allegations them. He make allegations them. For say, the two ADC to the president, they handed it. The officer in charge of crime, Nakisi, he handed it. The head of disaster management, he handed it. The minister of mines, he handed it. So is this the container? Wherein they allege? Mohamed Pate, I see Usai say Dr. Silver Blyden be Gida one day. Because mostly na Twitter me they follow him. And let me see. Now the one that they smuggle from Brazil and get two methods of sending them product to the cocaine. In one method, then go place the cocaine in the compartment outside the refrigeration system operates when container eventually arrive in West Africa. Okay. And okay, I don't see what you say. I don't think you say that one they be there on Twitter. So Salon Police definitely ignore what he say. Alright. I don't see So definitely if he raise the red flag for show them outside them for look, then they ignore him. Until say in the cam on now, I don't see him. Thank you very much, Mohammed. I don't think said that one they be there on Twitter. Renata say, in fact, this is not the first and safe way illegal container the cancer alone. Eh? Let's out Alpha. Let me waiting and get for you. Welcome on board, Alpha. You get the platform.
Thank you very much, AAA. This na how we'll come up again today with this container issue. First of all, I want to say big good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all everyone where they support this platform for make we reach us how they reach show delicate today. As long as we put the interest of Sierra Leone above every other interest, I believe so we will make an impact in the nation. I get two main points where I want to talk on today, AAA. The very first one, how the police, Sierra Leone police, treat the issue of this alleged container. And then the last point, the preparedness. What would they expect with police for look like? Okay, the very first thing I want to say, you see, would the police first treat this container issue, this alleged container issue, and I would say with lethargy But again, they not put 100% seriousness into the thing. And no, like how they say, we still not get a clear information yet. If the same container way the whistleblowers they may see, now this then can open, so we still not get a clear information on that because container get sealed and all these things. And secondly, we what a keep, I believe, say get a scanner for every container where you they pull. So I feel say if I mean this container where they don't end up for you so nine them see, then I believe say they will get more evidence we for verify that one this and the container this. You know, I know they say they change container, I know they say because I don't have any evidence to that. But the fact remains if this is the container, then for me, the police they not treat this container issue with all ultimate important way it gets. To make her they say so. Tripoli, I don't see the video, I don't see the pictures. They're not really at all on that yesterday. Look at how we police them dress for go open an alleged container. See how they pass them on the city. See how they handle. So it is but very clear that the police them really need for step up their game when it comes to that kind of tier. You know, the SSF life they at risk sometimes, you know, because if you dey go open container way, they don't tell you say an alleged substance dey inside way, you don't know how deadful or how dangerous that substance is dey inside. You are not well prepared to take that kind of risk dey for open that container day. Trust me, they need for step up. Another thing again, they don't give clear information. The information they give are just like a tip of the iceberg. A clear information, I mean, by rights, we for don't get a detail of the container. What I mean by details, we need for know who side the container come out, who that get the container, waiting a load, empty, you know, with a clear information, we for don't get at the public for don't get and not just say we na you know, so that will allay the fears of the public. Say, okay, that container where them is suspect or whatever, XYZ container, this plus this in C allow or C number now this, you know, let us get a clear information so you keep the people at ease. The people are not they stress up against you, or then they begin to say, oh, they wonder if not the same container say something they don't change them, then done this, then done that. So a lot of misinformation they go all the way. I believe say the police will get right for at least come out to the public and get clear information. But for me, I not see them, and I believe say at their own fault that one day. Because when you get a misinformation, you dey give the public the chance or the opportunity for let them go around with false information. So you the media team of the police force now you they come out back in the public and clearly hear say you know what this information when I don't get or when I mean they say you know to two thing. In fact, if possible, then for appreciate the whistleblowers them because they say get concerned for Sierra Leone. Now I make them suspect something then you know they come out now the public. If they need for appreciate them, you know, other than some they bash at them, other people they bash at them, then in and day. My second point, Triple now, you know, I bring this point yesterday and I they follow up. Somebody call or somebody may make comments. I talk about how we expect to police them for day. Wait till they see this 24th century. Wait till one for see we police them. You know, I even talk say if possible we police them for even get body camera. Somebody they say how will they get them? It just super the caller we call yesterday back when they ask who side government they pull money. Or also for pull them money, then the way people and they ask us. You know, sometimes the way people can think, I know they say like let them not say how they use words against people, but I think what will they see when our development now we for eager for make we see in our country. What will they feel or what will they pan inside when our development, when a good thing, I think that then things that we for wish for we country. Not so bad, not so for salon not go before. It's not possible that police then get body camera. It's not possible that police then, you know, as long as you don't resolute your mind, say it's not possible. Trust me, there is nothing you will do that will make it possible. But when you are positive, yeah, you're optimistic in your views them. Trust me, you're gonna work to it and then you get a result. So what me they say? We police the need for grow. What I mean by that? The need for grow. The need to train. We police them. I could remember another call. I said, let we police them train first aid, CPR. It is but very true. Yeah, even general work we they do, then it train you the one they day. Now only Sierra Leone I don't see. I they repeat this wire back. Let somebody come up with it. The time and then fire that bubble before the Deputy Internal Affairs Minister Lawrence Lima in Gate. I see police officer, the video is all over. Police officer then go. Instead of they should go and save that life, help that bubble, instead they just ace and then throw inside the van. Yeah, they no one knows the bubble inside, they bleed, then they talk to the deputy minister. Can you imagine that? So we police need for step up the game. Let them learn. Let them able to know the importance of the people. And the very first goal for the police is to protect lives and property, not to for just go say with that politician. So the point why they make where people looking but understand me, this is my field. Like I'm proud of them and I really get experience in the field. I've studied development for more than 8 good years. So when they talk about development, person will not understand. He thinks say this in a dream. You don't know what they talk. I knew and I know what they talk every day while they make the comments on social media. If we police, then they step up. By now, for the compare with police in terms of development to other nations. But go and look the police ranking. Even in Sierra Leone, we police has been rated as corrupt police. Yes, people they view over the police, not one way encouraging at all. The corrupt institution are police. It's there. So if somebody not able to understand, say we police the need for grow, the need for land, I really don't understand where people can make comments. Yeah. But again, I'm not they blame them. Some man have na party picking. So when you talk something where they touch them, they pain them. Because if we police them, they improve, we talk about now the need for get go to kind of get camera where they able for snap. I don't know how people they think. I don't know when they see police then any partner the world where they did if they're not a film for Sierra Leone where Sierra Leone they be. I don't know when they see lights 24 hours or water 24 hours outside and they I don't know if they film for Sierra Leone or they say oh it's good let Sierra Leone they be. Yeah, because if we they talk about development, somebody they call it, so how they pull that money, they not possible. When they talk about development of a police force, somebody they say it's no, you know, easy if I not possible. Well, then we will continue to remain underdeveloped forever and ever until the world done. Then what's the essence of studying development? What's the essence of comparing the Sierra Leone to other countries? So sometimes if it's like we be honest to yourself as Sierra Leonean, wherever you find yourself in the world, be honest, put Sierra Leone first. Wish Sierra Leone good things for let good things they happen. Triple when Sierra Leone develop, when the police they behave well in the country, you yourself will be proud. When you go Sierra Leone, you will be proud for say, oh, these are a good police force. But when you look at all the reports of police with civilians, them, it's sad for see. It's sad for see. Then when you talk about the police for develop people and they say, possible people they come and attack, the attack may not get any problem with that. It's just because, when you mind not be open or not be renewed, trust me, na how you think. But when you get a renewed mind, you want to see development any side where you find yourself, AAA. So for me, they always pray that Sierra Leone police force will grow. I want to see them match to international standard. Yeah, I want to see Sierra Leone police force get body camera. Where then they go, they get specialized units. Them now that kind of thing. Then we hope for, we they dream for. And I don't think they make we self they come out in the media for talk. So even if they then at the home them at the stations, then they go land or they live from them thing they do. Because sometimes not to say they no, sometimes they're not able to get a clear cut understanding how for like a move out from them thing they do. So we need to get more training for we police them, specialized trainings. When they say then kind incidents here they happen, let them get gadgets then where they protect them. Let's say that me bomb me inside that place there or something where they when they cause sick very fast or when they transfer very fast from one person to the other. Now so therefore don't enjoy that they like. Now so therefore don't enjoy that their family them. Because if they go catch any disease inside that container, they then come out, then go to their house there. Now the first way they get are their family members there. So why can't we think in gloves, AAA, they don't even get gloves. Then somebody they tell me say we not for not possible the Sierra Leone police reach that peak. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I dey feel and when somebody they come and media they talk them what they need. But for me, and I believe say with everybody will get good heart for Sierra Leone, they put Sierra Leone first. Na in interest. I believe say we want for see Sierra Leone grow, we want for see development. We all the hope for see 24-hour light. We want for see good road. We want for see pipe-borne water, clean pipe-borne water, not just ordinary pipe-borne water, but clean one. We want for see them in the day. We want for see good hospital. These are the things why within the media for advocates. Now this they make with the call on blast for with politicians them because they are the lead in when it comes for and take decisions. Some of them they represent their constituency. When they want to take decision, then they consult them. When you talk, you will get them party picking the way will come. Now then they can't defend. Anyway, leave somebody not say I don't vex. I don't vex. Okay, and I want for stop you at Tripoli. Let God continue for bless you.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Let's go with Tony. Let me hear waiting na Ion take on this one. Welcome on board, Tony. You get the platform.
Yeah, everyone, thanks for having me. Kusha and Cabo Fambolem. You know, I think say every ship or vessel will apply, you understand, gets a manifest. You understand? We na a documentary go show the route where the ship they work out, outside come out, waiting they carry, where they give detailed description of everything. So and most the way where they ship they operate, it's just like where some of them flights here walking take. Some people that with the ship and the ship when they find the cheapest means we go make them goods and cancel loan, we go be cost effective, we not go be too expensive. So some of them just like they make an instance now. Me want go salon, so man will say, hey, me not able for go begin pass here. You understand? So I want buy a ticket direct in each salon. Where it short, you know, saying one destination from here to France to Salon. So I go rather they go and pass because it's make it event. So some of them shipyard they invest to where they travel. Now that kind of way they travel. You understand? Because I remember back when a ship, you understand, during that COVID period, the ship take almost 2 months in Morocco before eventually that ship reached Salon with the things that women may get inside the container. You understand? So that route when they use for go Morocco, on a common route, most vessels them where they come because you know see na Putentic then the Putentic. We not get that kind of business environment they we are in with business people in the ship they flop one old ship then bring and Salon straight from Mosai come direct to Salon. No. Then vessel there na see carry them. Then they move from one port to the other. From one port, if you get goods, just the car then together, then they move. If you get goods, you get for go left now, you go up here. So that manifesto that thing gets for them for give the full details from the vendor, where then they obtain them goods and they for with the inside that container. When that information, they then details then they for don't even use. I hear them so they say, oh, we know Mexico for be waiting a call. No, yeah, I mean, they not just say, oh, Mexico this. You know, some of them utterances then not in tell well. You understand what I mean? Mexico get their own good parts. Every nation gets your own good parts, you get your own negative parts. You understand? So like not just okay because he passed from Brazil, he go Mexico, he cancel. Oh, no, then vessel and they get people them where they put the ship. So then probably they get goods away for deliver to Mexico. Or they goods away they pick up na Mexico and for can left. Now so then they invest they did it. So now we get for do your assignments. When they ship then they come, probably this is a lesson for every container because some of the container the way they cannot all then they go up na Salon. Some container then they under. Which they say they go every coast. You understand? Eh? So basically now we get for do your assignments. The ports. Because you know they win police because the only time where police they involved now when probably they find something way now of interest or probably contraband goods them way them like guns or this and that things then we not for canal with any police can be involved. But when it come when they ship then they come. I feel say now we port authority now then work for make them do a thorough job in everything. This will be a learning curve now we are in. I mean, no, not just where some remember say, oh, this container, you get something partner just because they're not allowing a flow or flow. That's all man one following container or flow na net. So man basically when goods then come, they left the container for the rest. During the day, because we all know how it's stressful for pull container don't attack. You know the go attack no more within 2 hours you pull the container. No, it's like a whole day job. You understand? So probably the guy getting container not ready for flooding container that next day. You understand? But in as much as those information, you know go use them sensitive or classified information and they you just took it under the carpet. You get for do your investigation. Where I feel say nine and do. Even probably there are a lot of lapses when you look at the whole thing. I mean the timing of the investigation. Because when you get a magnitude, when you get a situation like a dandy, they delay in investigation because when you delay it, it creates a lot of it compromise a lot of things. You understand what I mean? So immediately, if they're not saying this container gets so and so thing, first thing in the morning, whatever thing, whatever information, whatever things the owner gets, where they pending owner for do. I feel so owner they put up on hold and treat this as a priority because what you make the allegations them now sensitive, now strong allegations they want to be. For let us say this container gets currency inside it or it gets salon money there inside it, or they say this ammunition get drugs inside it. This container gets so things them inside it. You treat them with urgency. So first thing in the morning, whatever, you don't need for begin the delay. So when within that process, when they begin delay, you understand? Because basically you get for see the manifest. Let's say they don't know, so okay, gives that this side or tile or this or that way this side. For God's sake, you tell me, so therefore don't treat them with some service. So we get for learn from then instances here where it happen, follow way to correct the system. I always did say this now, yeah. Salon not to foresee the ideas are not there. But just because people they afraid, but people don't want to put system in place because they know say if there is a system, a proper system now with society, so man no go thief the way they thief, then leakages the way they happen. So what happen, it go happen, but probably go happen at a minimal. Because not we don't say what happen, but it go happen at the point when the risk factor not will be too high. Like how they see a lot of rampant corruption, money they disappear with no evidence, no documentation of how you disburse them, things that they give people the money for go buy things that they know how all them then corrupt practices the way they happen. So that's why you see they don't want to put system in place. If we want for put salon, let salon really position, let we really able for yield with dividend in Boku investments the way people then they do in other countries, plenty in the way the taxes where government they generate, where they go able for use, get the actual returns from the things and they now when you put system in place. But the one leg system just they like I did so pause like I did so people that go involved in so many yuki. You understand? We all know. We before there was a time where we know about cocaine medical salon. You understand? And we all know. The rest is history. You understand? We know the people that work in day before anything and day. And most of them saying when anything and day they happen. Now the high profile guys that they involved. Because what you make you then get for connect with those people that we connect na the top. I'm not going to say connect to the president because I know I put the president in this. But people that we always connect to the top where one word, 110 word where they say, hey, that container we can I'm interest. Then they let her go. Because you can say that my way comes so a big man on our brother na me boss now, na me this. Because that's how it is. Because all man they get your stake, all man they get your percentage in any deal they day. So if we get for really if salon we want for make we country like how we all the yarn for make we country develop, we get for first thing first, we get for make sure say the system we get for put proper system. Like country how they don't get anti-corruption. But because there is the correct system where they in place, even when you do file IRS tax, you go say one day they chase you. One day they must chase you. You understand? Not that tax evaders know they happen. People don't know they avoid tax. They happen. But the day when the system they get hold of you, you will not say yes. What say they do? Not too many things. You understand? Then they happen and then country out there. And saying then they happen other development countries them we are as well developed countries them. System has to be in place. You can't forget when you put proper system in place. Some of them things are where they happen. You get scanner, you get things them. If you upload container, you get for make sure say you get one expert or one staff where good day where then container how they offload because basically what's in happen when container come I don't know for them where they count chicken or this or that when normal container where they like ship motokai they ship things them they wait go then they offload the entire container before the NRA man you will get the container whoever will ship on the good they open the container then take out everything that night day. Then they load if Muscat, and then pull Muscat and then load them back inside. Then a morning, NRA will come back of the able for do their assessments, they do their assessments, they do whatever they get for do, and then a new container. They arrange for it for transport. So basically, what's in conclusion, we get for make sure say the authorities and where they don't do. You understand? Let the manifest. I think say the manifest now for giving details. If there is any suspicion, something raised, or if you say, oh, so I mean, I get issue with the vendor or the vendee, then you can do a forensic audit wherein you have to go beyond and see exactly who side this container come out, who are the people that will supply, waiting where they side, and do them checks then they. And one with enough for the do them thing and they, I mean, it's not like you go for the do it every day, but once in a blue moon, just do a random check. Just do a random check, make you able to make sure say the goods store where they can of the country. Because imagine look the magnitude of Kush. Where you take, for example, the rate at which young people they take drugs in a salon. Don't for say that thing and they na plants in the plants in a salon, especially Kush. These are all things coming in. You understand? Probably not through that means that they come in. Or probably then they come in through a alliance. You understand? So in 360 degree, we all get for vigilance. But I tell you something. Now we self they make salon if salon or they go before. We self because sometimes people don't know what they do then deal if you're not Sierra Leonean, how you go connive with foreign African for Pampoili country. And at the end of the day, these are the same people who they tell you say salon not that develop, salon not get this, salon not get that, salon not get that. But most of them you care where they play, where you hear them call foreign at the name. Now salon man they join with them people. So we need to talk on the dog, talk on the but we self as Sierra Leone and then we get problem. We self we get serious problem. Everybody want for reach overnight. Which there's nothing wrong in the reach overnight. We all want for work smart. You understand? But what do they travel at the detriment of the country? I mean, sometimes they make him put politics aside. If Salon develops, Salon gets all the things they already ask for. When you come at their party, don't they ask you if you're APC or SFPP? Where are you from? You say I'm from Sierra Leone. You understand? So that's the bottom line, Abraham. They have to do a thorough job. Make next time. I mean, they treat this whole thing because in my conclusion, I don't think they treat it with urgency. They should have treated this thing with some urgency. That's my own thing. You know, they left for 2 days. Everyone they laugh. You see the way the environment the day. You understand? A lot of things can be compromised. That particular environment where you see. I mean, you know, that's from your take, bro.
I thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah.
Welcome on board, friend. You get the platform.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all listeners and viewers them. And thanks again to the source of information we don't bring come. It's up to our person get for look and understand. I believe say yesterday I've been given a hint here of the process where I believe say get all this thing will before don't follow. When that ID Copland in mnemonics, a kind of a way where the police and they investigate and the steps they wouldn't they follow. But now we don't see the 6th step when are the reporting where they don't give out a Twitter and a press release. About the issue, we don't see how it begin here now because of they ask who it begin, where it begin. Yeah, they see waiting they try for describe as an upset of business. What is this upset of business? You see the boys they're moving the tote, now business and they do. The one them back where they drive the container business and they do. Police them back and they don't work and they do through their business away, but not the business of money. But all man get new sector. But the business I focus here are the one way upset, the one the way they offload and they tote. So that they begin to raise the alarm because of the procedure, the culture, or the way things and plan to go. For say where you come, all man will begin to call attention, say, una one walk or something like that. That attractive. They already get the container, they attract the one them. So, but here they don't be attract, then they try to push them away. So straight away, the business begin to upset. They say, "Oh, not get a business." So upset begin to move them for let them be able to find out what in the law require for do here. So they raise alarm, without them concern, then come. And based on the evidence, things they wouldn't see, the formality, waiting day, without they hold this, security with they, and also so a blunt B. So that already don't bring the flow. So that's not one data and information where I believe say that the first immediate action that one day with the police then for look. So when you see that point they be mixed up for say they're not able to identify person we concerned regarding this document, this container, and then you find out the reason why they will come up again with a press release say a camp counter waiting people and feel say if for be. In other words, they first write a letter to NRA, a kind of kind of a request. So 2 days ago, but they don't get details. But they are gone before them contain for let them go ask for information. Them when a commercial invoice they can ask for, then they ask for parking list. They can ask for the import and custom declaration. All these things, the bill of loading or the C or way bill. They get the certificate where you don't buy the things. Those are all the things when they bring. And even when they arrive, then they get notice. So the certificate now say it come on now, origin, now the one where they cap up all. So they get the information there. Now the first step where they will look into this system. See now, we investigate for allow prompt and effective of things the way they do. So when they do this now, they get for make sure so then they notify who are the relevant party then. Then they notify the relevant party with the NRA. Well, not be notify who that who they know see get for know what he need for know. So, but the information when I give you the Minister of Information, they give out different information for can't wait. So you see the information what they need for the give out. So the people are now order the information minister see that this and this we don't get. So you self they follow. Now so and so thing they go. But now this information we don't get what we need for investigate for we able for know. Because one, when we analyze this data, we get for collect and force. But when we collect them back, before we collect, we get for plan how for investigate them. So when we don't plan, after we don't get our first thing that they will be kind of this data will they put out. What are the data? Then get the evidence. Where they go ask, who that gets clicked? Because investigation needs a kind of motivation from who that they concerned. Would I get video clip? Because that's already now the nature or in the tradition. Would I send them to this address or send them to this WhatsApp? Or you won't get a video clip, so you jigsaws. Then the so-called mainstream media, then back, okay, una send them. Like how will they try for do so? Then they jigsaw that information together with the documentation. Because this point, there was evidence with them before able to get on a physical evidence. A little bit like a forensic one, but in the form of this way I don't call us so. So that's not the area where you be say the investigative process. Now if they get a hindrance, if they get delays, if they get obstacles, you know if they get free flow. What do they expect them to do in terms of professionalism? Because when you get police police then get the number of duties and whenever any legal obligation where they try to say, oh, there's an allegation, when they bring come, when they on legal obligation, now that one day una get for let una go able for investigate the activity and una report them in the right way, because the individual they will get for canal, what they don't give so, they don't create a suspense and they don't create being disappointed for say either we don't know the lack of evidence, we will not feel the lack of evidence from then your side, or na action with a lack of investigative process. So now that one day we as onlooker they see, because if when the AYV said they try forgive, they already report like Creole and other thing. They talk about well the people in doubt this, would I get this, would I get it? So in the system, now that side there, they're not be able to get that investigative process. Now people in doubt for say how they reach this final point when at the reports. Then jump, then skip the data collection. They're not showing the plan where they use for investigate. They're not showing how they analyze the data, not just a finished product. Now for that, then they find it difficult with this from the public. Nobody know they say that this time did it. Nobody know they say we don't see this, but not the procedure and even the things. Because people don't for don't go there if it was not suspicious. They don't for don't mobilize. The minister said for don't can if you not be facing something where they're concerned, people don't raise the alarm for go there, one thing. But when you see this few evidence, you go see would that relate or why this for there, or would that why this person for hold this, or why then why for be to man them. You get all this evidence, but you allow this evidence for sleep. And when you're not able to get that particular first stage, wherein you go able to get the evidence, if not tape, if not sample, we say camera in there. CCTV camera use am, but because we not get anything then we dey use wetin they get in terms of like the investigative process. But when they see say all this process they know they go what they require waiting for do, now they see say they're not able for involve who that they need for involve. But the question I can ask here, they are well trained and don't in terms of the normal investigation. Then they don't get a stage where they don't begin to train few of them in terms of then security things they are. Let them try for bring these things to practice so that even the one that we put the money towards the EU other thing will feel impressed, say, oh, and why then they do something now. Look at an example, I'll just move a little bit from this, an example in Parliament. He observes, say, women know they talk too much, but now they see that they tin up and they talk with confidence. Because EU been recently, not long ago, then do train them for them to get that right because they therefore pass them, be like they know how to talk inside Parliament. So they see now that they tin up, talk with confidence, and people and they keep quiet, nobody they put them because they don't train them. So they say EU will become proud, say, we don't look the product of what we do. Likewise, the police, building your image is what you want to effect now. You they try for build the image, even if like if for left they go get you on CV or other things we don't left say this is not legacy. But this is what you would doubt say. Let's say all within the waste panel, they go able for try to see them. They don't bring this system when they call back Interpol. When I recently go open that office there, so for they carry on the investigation. Recently, they don't go give them so laptop them. They recently don't train them now. Not for do SIM check, then they do even another deep data in terms of checking phones. So these are the things they are then they try for say, let me bring them to practice and professionalism. When something happen, and then people are all they try for they use them. No, not just they take no more, would I get mind, or would I strong, or would I be saying when the crowd they make him not go afraid for do this, they are there they take who can go. We they take a professional one gradually. I saw the other one that they copy, they build the image. But it all comes down to national security, where I believe see them get for look into very deeply. But no, for them we will bring all this to me, it go difficult for them to go analyze say now this na ain't been dead or na this them plan for do. But there are at least some suspicious things them where you go difficult for them you go beyond because the side where the line for don't go for long go see, we will not see any data from there, we will not see anything we then go able for showing the timeline of voting, then bring up for let them go able for showing in a case we then investigate. But I believe say that investigative lapse and the process now in no go find. Now for that then they find that they not find that hard but I believe they go find that hard because they get for go for the media, they get for the meet them. There might be a point where they even go call them some other thing side with them go say reports of all the things they are because they get a kind of security index and we index in the security fall few weeks ago and few months ago it don't begin to go down. We are in the rank for the another day. So all them things are there for try for the make use of their things they are so that they go able for go. The others now want again the government get for try. Let them not just they bring things cosmetic or then they find way for just please me. But I believe saying a good thing that they do. There was something where they call the early warning center, where now for response and mechanism coordinating center, where they make a new mark or so. Now recently, now 2019, I believe say they open. No, 2021, September last year. Now in the VP go open. But all the things are waiting and for checking, analyze data for let them go help for mitigate threats of human security. We don't see another allegation one time where they say they don't go see some people come on a salon because we know say that they use routes based on the law where the country gets. So in case the whole person they don't go persecute them. Now for that then they pass now the agent routes there, then go up to Morocco because from there now like a small swim in the swim, you don't cross over now Europe. So all these kind of things, you can look them as you build up your security. Because I believe not to salon no more. Now West Africa been get this thing. Let them not just the daily no more. They know they work with them or no know if they update when they go open. Because now for all them work there, then things they are there. If you look again recently, there was even an investigation where it got a bit proper because you get what you then call again the standard bureau. Now the very port. The standard bureau like you do then check there. Then he able for don't analyze that thing for even before you come on yonder. So the one time we say the gizzard They not been check Nagiza daily, then pull and carry and go for go sell them. Let's question this. These are the area where I believe say if they don't want nobody, then they go question the duty of the so-called standard bureau. Because when then there's I will see what it before they go when they do this chicken, when they go dump in a king tom, then find out say the thing it don't defrost, the ice don't pull up. Then no, because they check a day. But if they these are they don't come out, so that means that we don't check them because not to inside the pot then they would I get for check the standard bureau. So then they ask standard bureau how many things and they commodity. It's simple. They don't even go far again. From there now, then go able for build a story. But nobody no go do them. But we don't know if we don't alarm us so then we'll think about this or question, then we'll call them inside this mainstream media, then they can begin to answer a few questions about them, please. But that is supposed to be suspicious. Why that thing for don't come on the street? That means they go sell them. That means they go supply them without who not even know it's not a good thing, you know, good. They not check them because they do checking. So this is the other area back. Now say not to even arms. So that means they the left container already count food, then go. Now, such one then they hold. So there's another area back where they get for look into, see how information they flow and how they deal with them. But finally, before they go, there is something where the Minister of Health get for take note. Today, just about 2 hours ago, this thing where they call Marburg, it don't become outbreak in Ghana. And Marburg will be not talking one time when there are some bats them where they eat fruit, where they don't discover in a Bombali area through Injala and other findings them. That have been 2019 to 2020, they've been discovered. But we not because any effect, they don't tell them, say them bats there, what they go do there, they just say let people not eat them, it not look contagious. But this Marburg, the other traits of it don't kill 2 people in Ghana presently as they talk. So we just hope say they inform themselves then go get them because the CDC go communicate to them, but let them stay alert because now one way they don't discover it just look like Ebola, but this is in another form what they call Marburg. Instead they cause bleeding and other things. And but I go let's know one day I just notify no more because well body now find a country so I will go before. Let God help we will get national cohesion because national cohesion I know the thing we don't think they all they look for. Let people not begin to divide, then they divide per small thing, divide per small thing. We need unity, we need people and they do their duty, let institution and function, and then let the one they're waiting for monitor them because the VP, they overall this thing, let's say they move, not to them musical lyrics where they tell me about say now so many people there be. I know one call thing, but this is how we want for go so that God will help the nation. Thank you very much. Let God help a leader, give them wisdom and understanding. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
You're welcome, yes, sir.
Okay, we don't get from Tony, Alpha, and Usfriend. We want to say thanks. I they open the phone line. This one, we know the taper. Phone line open now. If you say fun for contribute, please 3 minutes. Go straight to your point. That will give other people. That will take maybe like 5 or 6 calls. Then, we know the taper. Tomorrow we go upload the entire process. How Salon Police begin to the end. We go upload them tomorrow on Facebook, and it will come right after this one where we upload the program na YouTube. Please, let's just stick to the time. 3 minutes, please. Yes, Umar, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A. You say for logo quick. First of all, let me ask you a question. That container day, we get any idea whether or not the container na a refrigerator container, or then freezer container?
Yes, I am for believe so in the front, but tomorrow where myself receive the entire video we do. Then, but I want for believe say yes, it is.
Okay, because if that not to be freezer container, that before don't even scrap that noise through the police, then they pass in a gizzard. No gizzard, no day or chicken, no day where they put inside container, where not to a refrigerator container, where they even take 3 days in a rotting. That's not one. 2. Why then? Because I understand Tony the talk say not to all man one let the opening container and then not to all man one let the people go to it. We get all that. But why is it that according to this journalist, where you just show me in explanation, say, then get a calling number, I think that 333 IG or whatever, policeman from State House, where patrol, now they all be the secure this container. Why? Why am I demanding for daily? Which side the Ghana man then? How the Ghana man or the Nigeria man would them call? How them connect to Gizzard container? Why this one container forget so much police and army attention? This not to Junks Bail or board or anything. No, this not chicken. Why chicken container forget so much government authority, law enforcement interest? Whether for ban people and say no kind say no no do this, no no do this. Why? That's one. Two, in favor of the container or the underway ship, me and you know say, because me don't ship. Me and two of my friends that don't ship container, and now only at the ship with somebody. But me no say, no container, no the way they left a shore of America or any other civilized nation, where that container they need to go through a scan. Just like how then they scan you back in a airport. Where you go, you check in, you left them, it'll go through a scan. Container then they scan and just like how they do body scan, where they check in, where they go to the airport. So that container then they go through that. If not been drugs, then go pick them up. Because I know say with man country themselves like America, then big into tracking drugs. We see how then they terrorize the Latin American countries and where they go after, run after them in Colombia and stuff. Right. I know. So that now one. But me own doubt now I know they say not to chicken on a chicken. My own question now is why this excess of law enforcement officers, both police officers and army man them, be they secure this one container. Let me explain you why. Why they're all for secure a Gizzard container. They're all pinted. And when they go left that container at the police station, would that be the watch them? No media, people are not be slippery. Nobody knows slippery. Who knows if they swap the container? Nobody don't know. I'm not just a guest. But nobody don't know. Now what did I show you now we go by? How we know if not the same container that? Now thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Umar. Please, Lord, stay 3 minutes. 3 minutes, please. Eh? Yes, Lawrence, you get 3 minutes.
Tripoli in a saloon. Almost consider long kind of saloon not ever the tell we see get security concern. Question number one. Why may this container get security concern? Why do I have to pack the container? And why may they ask now when I pack a container? You have to take 2-3 days for them call the press for look at the container or may they open the container. If all them variables and they not be answered, and they put onto them say, I know they ask them what they put on there. How they forget confidence for come na a container with they get security concern, they don't get bomb proof so they can check out. The policeman just can't say no more normal. They wear in police uniform, they can't check. They open the container. Who's kind container dandy? Because any container will come, don't get 2 million, 50 million. For when born a saloon, 200 million, never tell me say, but then tell me say, if they say the security, the container get security concern, that must be a security concern. Yeah, simply tell me about if they don't get security concern, why they say the container get security? When the container get security, it get manifest. They must be say don't pass some security check the way illegal. So I'm going to take down the so my point what they make here is my point I'm making here is and they put onto them and say the container they don't swap them and then they ask them and they tell them because after 2-3 days we don't go to King Tom. That's when they call the newspaper man who can look at the container in which they don't pull book the seal, them change them padlock. Now this container we can put so now. Is alone we talk about. And we concern about them. They don't bring drugs kind of salon and they tell them now because in the election, they want to ship drugs and they put onto them. They don't care for saying and do. And they put onto them because they don't give me suspicion. You need suspicion and they will question and suspicion and they. You need suspicion and they as long as it create doubt. Me own thing that when me put to it correct. In a salon I give people a chance to talk. Man, I go me go so. Thank you, Tripoli. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Francis, you get 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much for the thing about the container is like plenty people don't raise concern. We only ship now water key. Then the scan container. For say the container, they not get a record of the scan within scan them. If them be gross suspicious, why they not go back for look at the scan results? For get in touch with all the one day way process the container, make them see within everything. When it don't go through at the end of the day, the container to me it be clear. Now just Monday we want tooth. Now then they put people this year. After they don't put people this year, we don't believe within and don't talk. Then all man they can within you. The man then they want tooth. Now they get their own law. Where they not tooth, na crime. And salon people with the work with we don't get we own perception. They forgo put down container right away, right there. Without they not consult that they for consult all the canteen they do not go through direct. They forgo open hand. Based on that suspicion, whether to man they don't suspect, we don't take as in a true. Number two, how then go change container no more? You know, they go count chicken container computer. Then they go it just unrealistic, you know. Yeah, let's say bad thing and this are the container, you know. Oh, what's really that person they really like salon where if not top authority, then really they in charge of that container. Then they go that container, they nothing on the happen. Last sometimes them can go. Then the other thing where I want to talk, you know, my brother Alpha BD respond, you know, I be talk yesterday, we see salon no get money, they be the vex, they be comment. Me, I know the vex, me not upline boy. What I be the talk? We then send CHO now upline to we then go treat patients. We not get money for pay, so then a fall we go pay. We use or rest. So the economic environment in salon I be the talk about. We poor. Bridgeman will not able to make a salon pass who they call the European Union every day. So now make us say salon no get money, no vex for me, bruh. Me I know say salon budget, annual budget. Now don't know now the supplementary annual budget. We not able to get money for we own budget. Now that's how we talk. Saying don't study development for 8 years. Me I don't work in an NGO for more than 8 years now salon upline before I can America. So I know the environment what they talk about. When I go school now, then they talk about how we map with economic environment. Who say money they come on? Take pen and paper. Max salon economic environment. Who say money they come on is a salon. We know they import nothing. We know they export nothing. We know they make nothing. Who say money they come on? So now that's how they talk. Not vex for me. Me, I know what they talk. So please, that container side at the end of the day, then don't scan and dump. Therefore, just go show we, you know, on TV, make them show we that container with them scan. Like 20 minutes talk about manifest, all they can see in the then that therefore don't solve that problem. Therefore, don't take a picture of that container. If they change it, we for don't know. But when they can't touch money, plenty things and they will for the talk about. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you very much, Francis.
Yeah.
Please, Lord, stay 3 minutes to the time, please. Yes, caller, you get 3 minutes. Who that would they talk to?
Yeah, this is Bakar. I call from London.
Yeah, Bakar, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, boss. But we said don't work na customs. Me not been custom officer. That container they number one for us not to reefer container that one day. Not to reefer container that one day. Then container they put frozen food goods. Now container we get cooling system panam. If now being container we get them thing and they were the CISO, then for one thing by the time they open. So because now from Friday don't be also Thursday or Friday, don't open on Monday. Then people are there for full week. Now, can some then carry that container there? Number one, if container get problem, don't what's a key. And then they go now direct CID, then they can go. Then they can go Kinsom. Kinsom na place where they open. Anything can happen. It can be said then go there, them pull all what's inside that container, then put waiting and fill for put. See they under, they get them boats, then they go don't can't take anything and they send them people and no, they don't pull all waiting and pull, they can't put waiting and fill for put. That container they get problem. They don't not change it in the way inside that container they because Una remember one say they say the old one minister, one APC minister with motorcar get gone and this that inside. It not take almost days to let them do the investigation. They not go keep almost days. However it be, if that container then a middle let's say if it come, if journalists then for don't opium, then do all things that middle let's the same morning. Well, I one green container. Then get enough man the way they work, then pull up, but then take that container then they full we, then go put the container for almost days. That container if not been the thing the way they inside this one, they like they don't got in before one day. Because special container then the way then they put then kind thing then the way then they plug. From where they put inside the ship, then they plug them. Say where itself na wataki. If na reefer container, then they go plug them back. Na where they pull them, then they plug them back. Let it goods then up well, na frozen foods then. But you go down the 3-4 days. Don't then go up in that container the back. It's still fresh so. It's not possible. Then God, they don't do something with that container. Let them try no more, bro. They say that minister been get arms and ammunition inside motor. A carriage container will get arms inside the very day they do all thing. Because an APC minister now when they own container come, then they try for full salon people. That container they don't pull all the thing inside. Now the same container, but then go but 3 days then go all the same for change. Pull all the thing in one pull, then put it in one put. But now they look no more. But that container they not to the thing they will be inside they then put it again. Now that no more me get for say me brother.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Yeah. Phone line don't close. Phone line don't close. Mike, we don't call you back, you no answer. And no one ladies, the recording go to 2 hours. We don't call you, you no answer. We call you back. Like for me, the front, the team they work with the video now, so I not see the front. I not see pictures and they, but me na my own camera they believe. I not see the front of the container for able to tell you if na a reefer container, I not see the front of her. But when the video reach me, then I go able to say yes, the front get that like the refrigeration and everything. But still, people already deal with drugs. I don't feel say they go put on bangba audio. They go most fancy for stuff and hide and not so. So the scan, well, Mame Conte say Triple A. Okay, let's analyze this case. Firstly, what's in the police even find inside the container? Chicken. Secondly, now scan container. Because we get different type of container. They get dry storage, you get flat track, you get open top, you get open side storage, you get refrigerated, ISO, you get half height, and you get special purpose container. Lastly, why the law enforcement takes so long for respond to the call of the people concerned, that is civil society and members of the public. Then for don't respond immediately, just like how they can respond where it can get for do with political opposition members then. And with immediate invitation to the police station for questioning and detention. If anybody claim, say the container, they don't change out, they don't swap, I'm not blame them all. Now the law enforcement then, and therefore don't do better. Therefore don't make people them understand, and then for don't take like pictures for reference purposes. Okay. The sister say drug dealers them and food poisoning agents, they sabi the security system as alone. They can be pocketed by waiting dollar at the wallet, and why the dealers and they afraid for bring anything come inside the country. Tomorrow, stay tuned to Share Network on YouTube and also on this page. The entire process, you go see them. Yeah?